Hey everybody, welcome to another video review by cigarfellas.com. My name's Moose. I'm going to be doing your video review again today. And I know that I had previously made a comment about a scenery change. Well, here it is. This is the scenery change that I spoke about. We recently purchased a home on a lake and purchased a boat to go along with it. And that's been why I've been kind of a little MIA lately, and either way I'm back. So today I decided that I wanted to start off on a little bit of an adventure with AJ Fernandez stuff. I know many of you know Trident, and him and I have spoken in the past, and he decided to give me a few cigars that I had not had a chance to smoke yet, and I wanted to start this whole AJ Fernandez series off with the Emilio AF1. This is the Maduro, and it is the Robusto. I don't know a ton about these cigars. I know that I believe they were around back in, I don't know, late 2010, early 2011, I think. So this cigar has definitely got some age on it. I get a lot of sweetness from the foot, however, from the wrapper itself, not much. Just that typical kind of tobacco-y flavor. It's definitely something that I've been kind of holding off on smoking, and I do have the AF2 as well, which I will be following up the AF1 with the AF2. But I just kind of wanted to start out with the cigars that I've been really looking forward to. The cigar itself is actually a light brown, nothing really out of the ordinary. Definitely a lighter Maduro as far as the Maduros go. Slightly veiny, a little toothy, nothing major. I mean, I can definitely feel the ridges in the cigar itself, but all in all, it looks great. It does appear to have a double cap, not a triple, which I'm pretty accustomed to most of the cigars nowadays having triple caps. A nice mouthfeel. I'm a huge Robusto fan. I didn't start out that way, but I turned into one very quickly. But just a very nice, pleasant feel in my mouth. I am going to use my my Cigar scissors to actually cut the cap off here. Just a hair. Right into the lake with that. It is biodegradable, obviously. That's why I moved to a lake. Sandhill cranes. Draw on this Emilio AF1 is very smooth. Very smooth indeed. Let's give her a light toasting here. A very sweet aroma coming from the cigar itself while I'm toasting it. It's toasting very nicely. I am using my Cigar torch as well. The initial puff with the retrohale is very almost cocoa-y, medium spices, not too overpowering, definitely not too light. To me, nothing worse than a cigar that starts out with a really light retrohale. I prefer a lot of heavy retrohale from the beginning of the cigar to the end. A lot of times they'll start out real light and they get more towards the end. However, this one had it right off the bat, which I definitely enjoyed. There may be a slight nuttiness about this AF1, as well as undernotes of woods. Definitely a woodsy base as opposed to an earthy base. All in all, so far so good. So let me get about a third of the way through this Emilio AF1. We'll be back. Hey everybody, welcome back. So here we are with the Emilio AF1, about a third of the way through this Robusto, and you know, I would say that the majority of this cigar is turned into nuts. Now, I know it sounds kind of weird. I didn't mean to say it like that, but very nutty. There's a lot of almond, just a lot of nuttiness. I mean, honestly, it tastes like I just ate like a handful of almonds in the finish anyway. There's still a lot of spices. Actually, the spices have become even more prominent in this cigar than what they started to be. And the cocoa, it's almost taken a back seat. It started out really strong in the first little bit, and towards the end of the first third, it just kind of went away, and the nuttiness started coming out. It's very, very nutty, which is a delicious flavor. And I know that a lot of you, we've talked in the past, and we've had discussions about how we really try to keep this very simple, very layman's terms. You know, I don't want to say a bunch of weird names. You know, look, I'm just talking almonds. I'm not talking Siberian, you know, almonds that were grown in a greenhouse in, you know, upper Siberia, you know, anything like that, anything weird. But if you've never experienced nuttiness in a cigar, I definitely challenge you to seek out a cigar that somebody claims is nutty or says that they get nuttiness from it, and then search for it. Because once you start to pick up those flavors, it's really truly amazing how wonderful it can become. It's very like, I think if I had to match a cigar with anything, it would be a nice dark roast coffee. I just think that the nuttiness with the coffee beans and the aromas of this it's very sweet and pleasant. It's very inviting and warm. It's just an amazing cigar. To be honest, I wish I had more. I know I've said that in the past, but this is definitely one cigar, only being a third of the way through, that I, bar none, would love to have a box of these, or just 10 of them sitting up in my humidor for those nights that I just want to kick back and relax on the lake. But you know, all in all, I mean, the burn on this is pretty good. I mean, we're outside, we're on the lake. Obviously, we're getting some wind, but you can see how light that gray is. I mean, it's almost white. And you know, I don't know what everybody knows about that, but I've oftentimes read and I've oftentimes been told by a lot of blenders and other aficionados of the cigar world that the whiter the ash, the better the tobacco. And I can honestly say that there are certain cigars that I 100% agree with that on. This is definitely one of them. I have had some that are really dirty, gnarly ashes that are really good. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's not a good cigar. It just means the grade of the tobacco, from what I've been told, is the whiter the ash, the better the tobacco. Just what I've been told. I have no idea. Please, somebody correct me if I'm wrong. Shoot me out a note right in on the YouTube site here and just let me know. But I mean, just an unbelievably good cigar. I'm really looking forward to the final third. So let me quit yakking your ear off. We'll be right back with more of this AF1 from AJ Fernandez. So hey everybody, welcome back. I just took the band off the AF1, and as you can see, it's getting a little dark, so we might have to pick up the pace just a tad, but definitely just a lot of complexity to this cigar. It's all over the place. I mean, we went to nutty, then we went to spicy. Now I'm almost at like a cinnamon with some nuttiness, maybe a little bit of coffee. Just all in all, just an amazingly good cigar. retrohale is very smooth. That retrohale right there, it got a lot of coffee with a slight nuttiness, but a lot of the nuttiness and the cinnamon is the finish of the cigar, and the finish is quite long. This is more of a medium to full-bodied cigar. Definitely yeah, I can't say a lot or enough about it. It's just it's that good. Definitely check it out. The AF1 Maduro from AJ Fernandez. As most of you guys know, AJ is just a rocket ship in the cigar industry. I mean, this guy is on fire. His cigars are just unbelievable. You know, I had the chance to meet him at Cigar Fest, which actually I think at the 10th anniversary Cigar Fest with Cigars International, and he's just an amazingly nice guy. He's really got his head on his shoulders as far as the cigar industry. He's very intelligent. He's not just you know, I've seen some people in the cigar world, not that I'm bad-mouthing anybody, but you know, there's a lot of people in the cigar world, including myself when I first started smoking, that was like, man, I'd love to have my own cigar, but you know, at the end of the day, I mean, there's so much to know before you get into that. You know, to be a true blender, there's just an immense amount of learning involved, and AJ's at the top of his game. I mean, the guy is just making some amazing cigars. And you know, I'm sure that you'll see plenty more AJ stuff. As a matter of fact, like I said, this is going to be the beginning of an AJ series that I'm going to do for Cigar Fellas on the YouTube channel. And you know, I hope that you guys have enjoyed it. I hope that I can introduce more of you to some of these cigars that maybe you know haven't tried yet. But you know, one thing I definitely want to say is you know, when it comes to cigar smoking, you know, everybody's got their own opinion. You know, depending upon what you ate or what you drank, you know, you're going to get different flavors. And I know I've said this before, but, you know, I just like to reiterate it once in a while that depending upon what you've had to eat all day, if you've had spicy food, you know, I had pizza for dinner. So, you know, and I put red pepper flakes on my pizza. So, you know, my palate's already been tainted with Coca-Cola and, you know, Little Caesars Pizza. A couple of plugins there, I guess, on accident, but either way, I mean, that's, you know, that's what I had for dinner. So, you know, with that in mind, you know, you guys can always continue to check us out at www.cigarfellas.com. Definitely check us out on Facebook at facebook.com/cigarfellas, and on Twitter. You know, a lot of our stuff still goes out on Twitter, so you can interact with us on Twitter. You can see our updates to our posting and things that we've done on Facebook and things like that. You know, to the men and women of our armed forces, please come home soon. And on that note, be sure to check out our friends over at cigarsforwarriors.net. Those guys are doing some amazing things for the warriors that are overseas fighting for everybody's freedom. Not just my freedom or your freedom, but for people that can't fight for themselves. You know, there's a lot of people in this world, and I think a lot of times we all take for granted that, you know, we have it so good here in America. You know, I know that I do. I take for granted that, you know, I can go on a vacation, I can travel across the country, and I don't have to worry about, you know, being harassed by anybody. But you know, there's a lot of countries out there that it's not like that, and you know, our armed forces are over there fighting for those freedoms as well. So you know, just keep that in mind. You know, when you think about sending some cigars to, you know, warriors, or you know, you see a veteran out there in society, you know, thank them. You know, every time I see somebody walking around with their, you know, these you know, these older gentlemen and older women too that you know, are walking around, they've got their army hats on, you know, with where they served, you know, just tell them thank you. You know, I mean, imagine what that would mean to them. So with that in mind, I'm Moose. We're here on the lake, and we'll catch you next time here at cigarfellas.com. Take care.